Hello, and welcome to It's a Talk Show Now, which is a talk show that we have. Hi, I'm Martha. And I'm Lowest Voice Possible Johnson. And I'm your host, Headphones. And today we have our guest, Eric. Hello! Eric, I gotta confess, I don't know a whole lot about your work, but please, tell us what you do. Hello, yes, my name is Eric, and I, sure do, enjoy studying the science of peeling. The science of peeling. Wow, that sounds, absolutely just fascinating. Tell us all about it. The science of peeling is very specific. I got into it because at one point I noticed something peeling and I was like, wow, that sounds really specific. I'm going to go ahead and look at it, and the peeling that happened was quite satisfying, and so I kept going with it for my whole life. And so I am a scientist in grad school studying peeling. And it's basically just what it sounds like. Okay, so the study of peeling. And what do you suppose is one of the biggest and most fantastic parts of studying peeling? The study of peeling really does involve so much candle wax that I end up looking at and mixing with a lot of substances, and also the study of peeling is it's very fun because I get to watch a lot of different colored substances all peel off of other substances of vastly contrasting color. Interesting. And why does the color need to be vastly contrasting, as you put it? The reason that the colored surfaces of which I am peeling off the other substance need to be such vastly contrasting color is because I can most easily, therefore, determine the manner in which the peeling substance is peeling. Interesting. Now, could you tell us about the peeling substances? What types of substances do you peel? The substances that I peel are usually things that are stretchy. One of the first things that I ever peeled was glue. And otherwise, I also I melt rubber bands onto things using a special method I use for melting rubber bands, and then I peel that off of things such as the concrete, and I make sure to choose rubber bands that are a very specific contrast to the concrete. Sometimes I use white ones. Sometimes I use very orange ones. Sometimes I find a spot of the concrete that is painted yellow, and I use blue ones. And another material that I use is also cheese. I find cheeses that such as mozzarella, and I melt them onto marble tables that are usually black, and then I peel it off of there, and I study the results in my very scientific way. That sounds really admirable. Clap, 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 I'm clapping. Yay, we're the audience, and we're also clapping. We also got kicked a little bit by the cameraman. But we're okay. Are you all sure you're okay? I forgot what my voice was for a second. Does that ever happen to you? Oh yeah, it happens to me every day. Wow. Anyway, are you all sure you're okay? Oh yeah, we're all we're swell. It doesn't hurt us to get kicked. We're very rigid. Okay, so let's see, where were we? I was becoming transfixed by the fascinating study of peeling things. Yeah, so peeling. I peel so many different substances, and what I have acquired is a lot of data on the manners in which things peel. Would you mind describing the results of some of that data? Sure. The data that I have created, or rather not created so much as transcribed from the peeling, is that cheese peels in kind of a partially rigid way in certain areas because, it starts to unmelt very fast, and then you can pick it up. It's kind of like plastic cheese, the difference between cheese and plastic, and well, I mean, a lot of substances that peel, they peel very similarly, but some peel quite differently, such as paint. Dry paint, when you peel that, it has a lot in common with the ways that rubber bands peel, and it has a lot of common in with the ways that cheese peels. But oh God, I fell over. But it does have some things such as it's almost like paper, but sometimes it's more metallic, and so I study that, and the data suggests that that they're also very different. Wow, I think that's incredible. Clap, clap, clap. Yay, clapping. We all showed up to this one because we were here to see you specifically, so we're all just clapping hard. Wow, congratulations that the audience really likes you. Thanks very much. I'm just soaking it up, man. Oh, God. You all really like me, don't you? Yeah, we all, God, some of us wish we were your friends. Wow, I sure wish I had friends. But I used to have friends, It's not that I can't make them. There's plenty of people who love talking about stuff like this. It's just the grad school. This interview is some of the most rest I've had in years. But the thing is, when I'm finally asleep every night, I wonder, is it worth it? And then I think about how the paint on my ceiling peels so differently than the paint on my wall, and then I feel something. I'm so happy to see you all. Do you all really love peeling as much as I do? I actually came here specifically because I can't stop thinking of peeling at any second. The audience question time will happen in another couple minutes. Hey, right, that's right. I'm sorry. It's rude of me to break the rules of your show. That's all right. But anyway, I had another question. In terms of grad school, you said you've been at this quite a few years now. When you're not studying the way things peel, what are you doing? Well, sometimes I'm at a cafe, looking at forums. I keep trying to find D&D campaigns to join, but there's really not quite enough time, and nobody's ever really available for longer than a month. So what I do when I can't play D&D is I take a lot of baths, and I lie on the floor a lot, and it's not in the sad way. It's just that, have you ever just thought about how fun it is to lie on the floor? It's really fun to lie on the floor. I'd agree with that, and I'm clapping now. Yay, we're all clapping. Thank you. I love lying on the floor, too. Okay, so now I guess it is audience question time. Oh, thank God. Who has the first question? Yeah, I'll go ahead and actually ask my first one. I really want to know, when you first started really thinking hard about the implications of the way tape feels versus the way something peels when it wasn't specifically designed to peel, how does that feel in your heart? The way that feels in my heart is, I think a lot about how peeling is so great that people actually had to design something that peels just so it would peel, you know? I think that's really poetic. And I love God for that reason. Yay, I'm clapping to that. Okay, who has the next question? My name is Sanders McGee, and I was wondering who first invented peeling. Oh, yes, of course. Peeling was first invented by a man named Otterson in the century of the first century. And Otterson in the first century invented peeling by taking an egg and cracking it into a material that, when binded with the egg, made the egg extra prone to peeling, so that when he peeled it off of his stone table later that day, he discovered that it would peel, you know, in the way that even tape does to this day, and we thank him. And the Department of Peeling Resources over in Kentucky, it has a statue dedicated to Otterson right up there in the front lobby, and we all love him. Wow, that's amazing. And who else had the third question of the episode? Hello, yes, I had a question. Yes, what was your question for me? Is it about peeling? No, actually. Oh, man. Well, okay, I'll answer it anyway. My question is, when you are taking time to do something that isn't peeling, what does that thing feel like to do? Well, honestly, anything that isn't peeling, while it sometimes is soothing when I feel out-peeled, sometimes I do feel as though I am doing something that doesn't matter. I feel like anything that isn't peeling really just doesn't matter, and that's not. I've come to terms with the fact that anything that isn't peeling doesn't matter, but it does make bathing sometimes hard. You know, I take a lot of baths, but there are times where I take no baths because bathing just feels like it isn't peeling enough. But I try to find ways to make bathing fun. Like I watch videos of stuff peeling while I bathe. Wow, that's fascinating, and I'm clapping now. Clap, all one mutual clap. It's a clap fest right here. Yay, and I'm clapping too. As am I, I'm also clapping. And I'm clapping to that. Thank you very much. All right, well, we are just about at the end of the episode, so thank you so much for coming. You're quite welcome. Thanks for having me. And so we're about ready to head off. So thanks for watching whatever this was called. I'm your host, Headphones, and I'm Lowest Voice Possible Johnson, and I'm Martha. And thanks for having me. You're quite welcome, and thanks to you, the audience and viewers, for watching whatever this was called. Yay, we're all clapping, yay.